Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Next Issue podcast on a very Superman heavy show. It's almost as if Superman's making a comeback or something. I don't know. DC sure hopes that it happens. Um,
So they
you
can
guys,
kill us again.
you guys missed some great pre-show banter until Jeff said maybe we should talk about this on the air. I was like, I guess we should start the show. So here we are. We're gonna kick things off, and as you can see, we're still in the Fortress of Solitude from last week. That we got.
We each are trapped in our own little crystal
Phantom
that's
Zone.
going off to the Phantom Zone. They're like,
Yeah.
"Jor-El, let us out."
And for some reason, our dad we've never met is haranguing us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Josh. Speaking of that, no, I'm just kidding. Did you get a chance to watch the sneak peek, the Superman sneak peek?
I did actually, yeah, which was slightly disappointing because it was just like, here's the trailer with slightly extended scenes, but that's fine.
But you get to see more crypto, and
You get to see how crypto works.
Yeah, I did like that. I guess the thing I thought was weird was I started it, and because it starts identically to the last trailer, I'm like, did I click on the wrong file? Like, or like the wrong video. So
yeah. But there was
Did I upload the wrong MP3? Did I unzip the wrong file?
Why does it
tricked
say
me again?
Russians
This was
own my
not the
computer?
song I wanted. LimeWire got me again.
Damn it, Jeeves.
This was not the song I was looking for. This is just a virus.
So I heard, like, literally just before joining this morning that there's the rumor that Bradley Cooper might be playing Jor-El.
I saw that.
One of those Hollywood insiders just said that it might be Tom Cruise that is playing Jor-El in the new Superman movie.
Tom Cruise doesn't do anything that he won't run in. So unless we're gonna see him run around,
well,
it's just a shot of him trying to.
But what better stunt for Tom Cruise than to survive an exploding planet?
Yeah. His current stunt is just holding kryptonite, apparently. So, what my question is, how tall is David Corenswet, or however you say his name?
Oh yeah, that would be like a 15-foot difference between the two.
Right, exactly. So they're gonna have to have like that low camera the whole time, so Tom Cruise looks, taller than 5'1". So
yeah, David Sweetcorn.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, what? That didn't sound right.
But because we're definitely excited about the movie, and we'll talk about the movie when it is time to talk about the movie. In July, I think July, right? July is when it's all happening.
Yeah,
everyone had
not a moment sooner. Not a moment sooner. So we.
Listen.
They're
dropping
they move it from May. Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, they're dropping a Comic-Con trailer.
Oh, 100%.
So we'll definitely. There's gonna be Comic-Con coverage out the wazoo here. So, but you were saying, Josh, what were you gonna say?
Well, was it originally slated for May? Because I picked for the comic club, I picked the Superman read for May, and I try and time it for the month that the film comes out. So they must have moved it to put it after FF, I guess.
They pushed it back. Superman blinked to the Thunderbolts.
Sons of bitches. I may have to move that read then. So anyway.
The Sentry is too powerful.
Now there is a fight.
No, yeah, for sure, right? Let us know in the comments. Superman or Sentry, who wins? Or Superman or the Void?
I don't know. Is Sentry affected by kryptonite? It always comes down to kryptonite. Because, and to quote someone, kryptonite is Superman's kryptonite. So.
That's true. But does the Sentry or the Void have access to kryptonite?
It's a Void. I assume it could get it.
You know what the Void could do, and we've been seeing it on the trailers. You know how I don't know if you guys have seen the new commercials for the Thunderbolts where the Void like just vanishes people into shadows.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's sending them to some Void realm, not to be confused with the Void from Loki. That's a different the Void.
Is this how they introduce Cloak and Dagger?
They go into
the dark,
or they bring him back,
or
how they bring him back from the Hulu series.
Yeah, they bring him back.
Or is the Void realm where the FF movie is set? Like end credit scene is just these randos just popping up in like alternate 1960s.
Where is the void in relation to the negative zone? Somebody draw me a diagram.
Oh my god, this is getting down to like diagrams of Dante's Inferno. You know, like here are the 7 layers of hell. And
I need the Kara Sigwig the meme where she's solving all these equations in her head. Or the Beautiful Mind.
Yeah,
what a film! I should go back and watch that.
I've never seen A Beautiful Mind actually.
Draw, they kill each other, but Superman doesn't kill, or he tries not to. Even when he really tried, he couldn't do it.
Zack Snyder's in charge of him.
Listen,
sure, he might yell about it, but didn't stop him.
He had no choice but to break that guy's neck.
He had no choice.
No choice. He could not have super sped that family out of there.
No, he told them he was gonna come back and kill everyone and keep trying. Like that was his only mission in life after that. He's like, you took away the thing I was gonna do, so now I'm just gonna kill everyone. That's my new mission in life. And
you know what? The other Superman would have just given him a hug, because that's what Zod really needs.
Well, he tried, right? He just, you know how Elvira from Elvira from the baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Just hugs her pets. Really,
I'm gonna
really
love
hard.
them and squeeze them and
Raymond George.
That's what Superman was trying to do.
I think the truly shocking thing about Snyder's Man of Steel that nobody anticipated was that General Zod was going to go on to basically spend the rest of his career in an REM cover band. Just totally unexpected. That may be a joke for nobody but me. So
no, losing my religion, right? That's what. Is that
but have you seen how Michael Shannon is like going around the country performing REM songs? That's like all he does now.
Right. Let me tell you about Rao and why you should switch over to my religion. That's it. Oh, he becomes a righteous gemstone style preacher in the South.
Have you heard the good word about Cthulhu?
That's right. But what I was going to before we went on wherever tangent we ended up in, the Sentry would send Superman into the Void Realm where there's no yellow sunlight, and then Superman would effectively lose his powers.
Yeah, so it's like Supergirl in The Flash, right? Like or originally in that.
I'm gonna need more specificity because there was like 8 seasons of The Flash.
No, the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Do you think the Void has to be looking at the thing or the person that he sends into the Void in order to send them into the Void? Because then Superman would just have to be faster than the Void. Yeah, his hand and sight, I guess.
I mean,
I don't know. Superman can't move faster than light.
Is the Void just the Void just sounds like the negative zone. So
yeah, I don't know. Well,
how do you avoid the Noid? That's what I want to know.
Or how do you avoid a hemorrhoid?
Or do you get hemorrhoids in the Void?
That's how you defeat the Void, by a hemorrhoid.
All right. Enough nonsense. We've lost Leonard Kim. I do think it's hilarious that our viewer number has gone up since we started talking about hemorrhoids. But what we're going to talk about today for first to kick off the show, DC, and I'm talking about DC Comics, has this very cool, well, I think it's very cool initiative called the Summer of Superman. This is something they've announced a little while ago when I don't remember which convention it was or whatever the case may be. So here, let me share my screen and show you guys a little bit. So we're going to talk about some of the upcoming stuff. And then I want, as a matter of fact, let me move down here. We're going to have Josh, after I pitch the creative, Josh and Jeff, we're going to have you guys tell me if this is a smash or a pass on this series. Like, are you looking forward to it, or do you like whatever? I don't care. So let me bring up some stuff here that I put together by Googling hard. So this is
Google
it, and this is on
hard.
DC's website, so you guys can go check it out. I will say I did get a chance to read this Summer of Superman special #1.
Oh.
This one is kind of like the catalyst that's kicking everything off, because from here it'll spin off into the rest of the books that are upcoming. So we have this one itself is written by Dan Slott, Joshua Williamson, and Mark Waid. So each one of them has their own chapter, and it's all drawn by Jorge Jimenez.
Ooh.
And it really tells the story about, it's different. Like I said, each writer does one chapter, and they're kind of setting the stage for their own book, right? Because each one of these is going to spin off into kind of their own stories. And unfortunately, I couldn't find it online, but I can't show you the preview because it's like, I don't know, DC sent us this file and it's the watermarked and everything.
Yeah.
But I can tell you at the end of the book, not what happens, but kind of how these stories are going to follow along. But just on this book, like, is this something you would add to your pull list? Pretend that you have enough money to buy this, I guess. Don't let money be the thing that holds you back from.
Oh boy, I am doing a lot of pretending. Let's. I also have this beautiful head of blonde, long locks.
Pretend you leave your palatial mansion next Wednesday,
exactly.
and have your butler drive you to your local comic shop.
Why would you not have a driver, a dedicated driver? Don't make the butler do two things, Jeff. You have money.
That's true. I was just thinking in terms of Batman, because he only has Alfred. He has a staff of one.
That's true. But that's only because his secret identity. Unless you're a superhero and you're not haven't told us about it. But would you pick up this, just based on all the people I named? Is this a smash or a pass? And feel free to elaborate.
Name the people again. And were you trying to share your screen? Because I just see the three of us.
Oh crap!
Yeah, same. There we go. All right.
There we go.
I was like,
I was listening, but then I was also looking at the preview screen, like beneath.
I wish we had a producer. Yeah, I wish we had an actual producer.
You're our Alfred, Danny.
We have Joshua Williamson, Mark Waid, and Dan Slott with Jorge Jimenez for this one shot. And this is what Jorge Jimenez can do.
Instant.
Yeah, I'm a smash, if anything, just to give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm a what's slightly less than a smash. I'm a
tap.
A tap. Thank you. Yeah, that works. Yeah. I'll tap that. How's that?
You'll tap that? All right. Good. Good.
That gets one tap from Josh.
Yeah, in the event of a tie between you two, then I'll chime in. Now,
I want like there to be like a little cartoon of Josh like holding one finger up and smiling and be like, "I tap that." And like,
we have a
exactly.
Yeah.
Screen grab.
So after this book, Mark Waid is going to take over on Superman Action Comics with Skylar Patridge. So this is in Action Comics 1087. So it's going to be one more, I think, finish out that story, and then they take over the book. Joshua Williamson will continue to write Superman with Dan Mora, and Dan Slott is coming in with to do Superman Unlimited with Raphael Albuquerque. So
that's a great artist too.
Yeah, that is good.
We won't smash or tap those because we'll figure it out. But they're doing so many other things.
I'm sorry. What is going on in that image on the left? Anyway,
crypto? What do you mean?
You would be excited about that. Have you seen the crypto? Have you? Oh, we'll wait till Danny gets to it.
Oh, the Jurgens one.
Oh no, I'm talking about the.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Now, wait, hang on. Before we continue, just because I'm still very confused by all this, is this in the All-In universe?
Yes. Yes, this is all part of the All-In initiative. So this is not Absolute. This is not Elseworlds. This is all in.
This is mainstream DC,
and which is now All-In.
All-In is the main universe, which is
So
Although a lot of their
fucking
books have the all-in sign, so I wouldn't go based on just that.
well,
But
what else am I supposed to use?
I don't know. This is why we do this, right? This is why we explain. This is why I wanted to go in and before Superman Day next week, I wanted to let people know, like, hey, there is a path here. So these are just these are variant covers. This is Dan Jurgens doing the cover, and I don't know who did the crypto one.
That's Dan Jurgens on the left. Oh
Mhm.
God, that's awful. I'm sorry. It
does kind of look like Dan.
image.
It looks like Dan Jurgens doing early Frank Miller, weirdly,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of.
You can tell it's Dan Jurgens because of the hair, though.
Yeah.
True, but I feel like Dan Jurgens just was like 3/4 of the way through the drawing and then realized, oh wait, fuck, I have to draw Superboy. I'm just gonna make his head a little smaller. I mean, it's all right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I feel bad now. I'm like ragging on Dan Jurgens, but
He's an old man just trying to live his life.
he just wants to keep drawing Superman. Leave him alone.
I mean,
Why do you hate him, Josh?
I don't.
Because
I love
Josh-
Dan Jurgens. That's why I was surprised. I was like,
Josh
that's
is-
not Dan Jurgens.
Josh secretly Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
I am bald.
I mean, listen, if one of us was gonna cosplay Lex Luthor,
Right.
I will say Josh
Yeah.
has the easiest route.
But you know what? I'm not wearing a fucking business suit. I'm in that green superpowers outfit. That's what I want to wear. God damn it.
The problem with trying to cosplay Luthor going forward is that Nicholas Hoult will have been Lex Luthor. So, like, do you really want comparisons? Like, look, I love Gene Hackman. I could go toe to toe against Gene Hackman.
I know,
Right?
exactly.
The other guy's been canceled. And then J.C. Eisenberg, no shame to him, but he's the completely different Luthor.
Completely different. Yeah, totally.
But Nicholas Hoult, I think he's got it in the bag. So I wouldn't want to have people doing comparisons.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right. The next title here we have is Superman the World. In this one, we see the Men of Tomorrow usually soars through the skies of Metropolis, but no matter where a cry for help comes from, Superman will always be there to save the day. In the tradition of critically acclaimed anthologies, Batman the World and Joker the World, no, should have known that, witness what makes Superman an international symbol of truth, justice, and hope with the global release of Superman the World. So this is going to be an anthology book with storytellers like Dan Jurgens and Lee Weeks and a lot of other people from different countries, including Brazil, Mexico, France. I wonder if this book is hit by tariffs.
Just in the story, though.
In the story. That's all this book is about. Just like how all these countries and Superman goes to visit all these countries to ask them about the tariffs. But what do you guys think? An anthology book about Superman all around the world?
This one I would have to flip through to see what the creators look like. Because if we've got some cool cartoonists in there, I'd probably pick it up. But if not, I don't. I've never even heard of the Joker and Batman or whatever it was.
I hadn't either.
World.
Yeah, that's new to me.
They definitely flew under the radar, and I don't know why, because DC definitely picked their two. I would say one of the two more popular characters to start those type of anthologies with.
Yeah.
I did read a little bit of Batman the World, and it is cool to see like how other people, like creators around the world, see the characters. But man, just from this cover by Lee Weeks, like
I love that Lee Weeks.
Yeah, that's a great.
I love to have this on the shelf, even if I never read it.
Just give me a fucking poster of that. I'm a tap.
I think this is going to be a wait and see. So I guess I'll say pass if I'm not like immediately insta on there. All right, let's see.
It might be a flip pass for me.
That's right.
Oh, I can already tell you on this one.
Listen, let's talk about Superman's good guy gang. Obviously, a little bit outside of our demographic.
I love that.
A little bit outside of our demographic, maybe.
Which is totally fine. Let's. I love comics for young kids. Let's do it.
Right.
Personally,
And it features characters from the upcoming film. It looks like, which is smart of them.
Yeah.
Who's the bald guy? Is that Lex?
I hope it's
Lex.
either Lex or the writer.
Like I was gonna say, I feel called out by that drawing.
They just wrote themselves. How often do you wear a sweater around your neck?
You know what? Not often enough, actually.
Okay.
I really should do it more often.
Which is fair because you live in Texas, where
Right.
that would just make no sense.
I don't need it on my actual body. I'll just wear it as like an accessory. So
I think it's Brian Michael Bendis. That's weird. I think
writing that.
No, it looks the
no. It is the bald guy.
Oh yeah, it does look like Bendis. You're right.
Well, let's see. We can read here. The Summer of Superman also features Superman's Good Guy Gang in July 1st. The first in a multi-volume series, the graphic novel is the perfect entry for early readers 5 to 7. Okay, that makes more sense. Written and drawn by Death and Sparkles creator Rob Justice. So maybe it's just the author, and introduces readers to an 8-year-old Clark Kent. That does not look like an 8-year-old.
No, is this like a Shazam thing? Is he Captain Marveling out? Like,
although I guess they all look pretty. I mean, the other two can pass for a little younger. Maybe it's just to scale. So, all right. Well, this is there's gonna be future books in the series will include Batman, Wonder Woman, Mr. Terrific, and more. Well, that's nice that the kids have something to look forward to. I don't have kids that young, so I don't know. I don't know
either. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to go pass on this one, Danny.
Yeah, sorry, this is a pass. Sorry. I would give this out as a gift though. Like if I had to go, if one of my friends invited me to their kids' parties, I would give them this because I'm always trying to get people hooked on comics, no matter the age, no matter the gender, religion. Like, hey, come here, I got books for you.
I got the stack 15 deep of Watchmen. I just give out, just the little kids on the street.
Yeah.
All right, this is just the Action Comics. All right, so this is it from this article. We do have other stuff that is going to come out as well, which I couldn't find a good image of this book, but this is the Adventures of Superman, Book of L. This is going to be written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Scott Godlowski, and it's gonna focus on. So if you didn't read the Philip K. Johnson run where he goes off to Warworld, this might be rough because it's gonna follow characters from that run, including the twins that are now on Earth with Superman. But it is Philip K. Johnson. I need to go back and read that. But we'll start. Josh, I feel like you may not be familiar with this, just based on what I know you pull.
Yeah, this is the problem I often have with kind of new titles like this. Is I'll start to read the description and be like, "Well, that sounds intriguing," and then it says this spins off of this book you've never read, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to read that. So yeah,
this is a mini. I mean, obviously,
it is a 12-issue series, maxi series, so a 12-issue series, I think.
I mean, I really like that Philip Kennedy Johnson run.
Oh, okay. So you read that? You read that whole Warworld era with who was it? Was it Clay Mann on art for the most part?
I think it was Clay Mann for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he draws a nice Conan Superman hybrid.
Yeah. It was a really good run. I'm a big fan of Superman, so. I mean, on the inside,
controversial take over here, Jeff.
My heart is breaking over the costs that I'm just seeing spin around in my head.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Well, just wait. All right, cool. We have the next one here. Let me make sure I switch tabs. We have Crypto, the last
by Ryan North.
Ryan North. Mike Norton comes out on June 18th.
Oh, day one. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. This is just about a boy and his dog.
I am. This is hard smash. This is straight to long-term relationship, possibly marriage.
Okay, I was about to say this is a family show, Josh. Please keep it civil.
I'm effing that dog.
Oh God! All right. That's gonna at least demonetize this video. At least get it on the review. Jeff, what about you?
Oh yeah, instant. As soon as I found out about this a couple of weeks ago when they announced it, I was like, I can't wait. And the articles talk about how it is like they don't give Crypto a voice. Like he's not like he doesn't have thought bubbles or whatever. It's just they're telling it straight as if he's just a dog, just going through the world and stuff. So it sounds a lot like that pizza dog issue of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it.
I like it because it looks like we are. I mean, based on the cover, are we going to be in Krypton for a little bit? Like, I don't know. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So, all right, let's go on to the next one here. We have Supergirl, drawn and written by Sophie Campbell.
Oh wow!
Coming out May 14th. So this is one of the closest ones that's coming out. New costume, new plays. I think she goes back to, let's see. She goes back to Midvale, which I don't know much about Supergirl's mythology of like when she would have been at Midvale or how that plays into the story. But yeah, this is a new ongoing series. Let's see. We have this is some preview art from Sophie Campbell. And then of course, if you're going to have, a new DC character, you got to get Adrian to draw them. And then some cool covers, including Bill Kazevely, who did the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow book.
Didn't she also do Helen of Windhorn?
Helen of Windhorn as well. Yep, correct. Which you can pick up the volume now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's a really nice.
What is this town she's going back to? Is this during
Midvale?
her?
She's going back to Midvale.
I assume it's like her.
Maybe that's where she hung out when she was growing up. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'll look it up. I feel like that's the case.
Is this like during the?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not super familiar. Well, one, we've rebooted the universe since, but I'm not super familiar. So I don't know if that Supergirl, when there was a Supergirl series where it wasn't her, it was like a weird angel or something pretending to be Supergirl.
A what? I've never heard of that.
It's like it had all the Gary Frank covers. That Supergirl run, I think, is. Well, I'm just trying to place her, like what her timeline is. I need a Supergirl reader to figure out.
Chime in the
what's
chat,
her story?
Chime in the comments if you watch this later. Do you remember that run of Supergirl being an angel that that Jeff alleges?
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there.
So
I might be getting some of the major details wrong, but
how do we get Politico to fact check this show?
Yeah.
So according to the Wikipedia entry, Midvale showed up. God, I just had it. Damn it. In the 2016 Supergirl Being Super by Mariko Tamaki and Joel Jones.
Oh, okay.
But then apparently they used Midvale in the TV series as well, which I don't remember, but it's been a while since I've watched it. So
I do remember reading that the creator of this series was like she's like, I love the Supergirl TV show.
Oh, good. Well, hell, I'm in then. I love that show too.
I do like most seasons of Supergirl.
Yeah. So
can you believe we got Calista Flockhart in that show at some point?
I know, and then we lost her. Can you believe that too?
We're so close to having Harrison Ford show up in Supergirl.
At the risk of this coming across the wrong way, this is a smash.
Hello.
Don't out me.
Nope. Staying away. From Josh's, I was staying away from Josh's comment. I'll give this a flip through. I don't know much about the creator or like. This just
I
might be one
love
of
it.
those things where I'm priced out of it.
That could be, but I'm kind of sold by her art.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying covers at least for this for sure for that first issue. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll pick up the first issue. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll pick up a first issue.
Cool. All right, so that's all the new stuff. Now, this upcoming Friday, it is going to be Superman Day at your comic shops. If they haven't already put out their stuff, or some comic shops may put out their stuff, on the Wednesday before or whatever. So, here's some of the stuff that they are going to be reprinting to take your hard-earned cash. So, of course, we have the Superman special that we talked about. They are also going to be reprinting the first issue of Superman All-Star, the first issue of Superman for All Seasons, Superman Unchained, a facsimile cover in the accurate size for Action Comics.
Accurate size.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
good luck getting a bag and board for that.
Yeah, they are, because it's smaller than magazine, but it's bigger than normal.
Yeah, Golden Age books were, and I want to say like at least 15-20% bigger than your standard.
Yep. And then we have they're doing a Superman Day Dan Mora cover, which we'll saw. Sorry, I had to switch over to the descriptions because I forgot I didn't know what all the other ones. Also a DC Superman Family, the Giant Turtle Man trade in paperback.
I kind of want that.
And then they're releasing All-Star Superman Deluxe Edition hardcover and Superman Unchained Deluxe Edition hardcover. And then, of course, Batman Superman World's Finest will also come out this upcoming Wednesday. So
these are all the current series?
That is a current series.
Okay.
It kicks off the crossover with the Justice League Unlimited. Mm-hmm. I have gotten a chance to read that first part of the crossover. It is very exciting. Very cool.
Oh, all right. That's good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that crossover.
The summer special, and it's also very good. So
how many of these do you have already? Anybody?
So as far as in my okay.
I have a copy of Superman for All Seasons,
which I've never read. Can you believe that?
I have All-Star Superman. I recently picked it up in the DC the compact
the
comic.
Pocket. Yeah, I've got that too.
Which is nice.
I really like those.
Did they do?
Oh, sorry.
They didn't do All Seasons, but I would have picked that up as well.
I would have too. Yeah.
I have that Superman Unchained. Like I have individual issues of those.
It's same here, and I think I might have bought the collection as well when it came out. And I have other facsimiles that they've released of Action Comics. Number 1.
Yeah.
I had never heard of the Turtle Man one though. That one's new for me.
I am so hyped for that. That is just some classic Silver Age bullshit right there.
It looks like Jimmy got
it is, yeah.
It is Jimmy. Yeah.
Okay. It's that series of time where just basically like every issue is just Jimmy getting some weird ass power that Superman had to like control.
They do reference it quite it's referenced in the Matt Fraction Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen run for a little bit.
And due to shenanigans, don't ask me how it happened, but I do have.
Oh, that's cool!
Look at that.
I got some stuff maybe ahead of time. Don't worry about what I did or how these came into my possession. But this is so they're gonna print.
He got to F that dog early.
Yeah, we could get. You can get the normal version, or you can get the foil cover of Superman for All Seasons number 1.
That foil cover is awesome.
Yeah, and then also I got the All-Star Superman. So
you know what would be fun is if you take that foil cover like outside during a cloudy, sunny day, and then you can kind of look at the reflection of it. So it's like sort of the.
And did you know if you hold them up facing each other, you get an infinity?
Infinity, yeah, like when you look in 2 mirrors.
Yeah.
And Josh, if you ever need to tan, you can take those out and just tan with your.
Boy, do I! Let me tell you. You see this right now?
I do have to ask and maybe warn you. What do you guys think these were? What do you guys think these were priced at?
$15 each.
Oh, I was gonna go 9.99.
Yeah, Jeff got it. They're
Ah,
both
damn, all right.
$9.99, which is the only reason I only bought these two. But if they're still around next week, or if there are other shops, I might get some of the other stuff. So, there you go. This has been your full breakdown for Superman Day 2025, so you can get ready. I'll probably maybe watch this as I re-release this as a standalone thing as well. Do you guys have any last thoughts on Superman Day 2025, or any book that they should have reprinted that you're like, maybe they should have reprinted this? I will say I feel like the Action Comics #1 from the New 52 would have been a cool reprint. Just because it's a George Perez cover, it's a Grant Morrison story.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
And it's just like Superman holding the globe from the planet, and it's like fire all around them. It's a really, really cool. I mean, it was George Perez, so of course it's gonna be a cool cover.
They could have reprinted the What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way, where he takes on the
one shot. Yeah,
the one shot.
Yeah. Or they should have done Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Just like package that as like a one shot.
Or the what is it? What do you get for the Man Who Has Everything?
The Alan Moore
story,
the birthday one. Yeah, just put those two in like one issue. It'd have been great.
Superman has so many good like one shot stories. Maybe we'll do a follow-up show where we just all bring like our one issue kick-ass Superman stories that we love.
So they used to produce, and I'm sure you've seen them, like they would have the best Batman stories ever told, like graphic novels. Like they could do like their little $10 versions of those, but just like best Superman story. I mean, because they could update those things and just put
also
15 individual random issues in a book.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I do feel like they miss an opportunity in the fact that you guys probably know this, the OG Superman Day was at the 1939 World's Fair. And it was the first live action appearance of Superman ever. So why not like slap that in a cover? That'd have been kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's all your coverage for Superman Day.
A 1 day movie release of the original
Superman, or like a marathon of all the Superman films.
Oh, that'd have been awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you buy one ticket and then you can pop in and out. Back in the old days. Maybe start with the Max Fleischer cartoon.
Oh, fucking hell. That in a big screen? I will sit through Superman 4 if I get to watch Max Fleischer cartoons on a big screen. So
yeah. All right,
but not 3 because that one's terrifying.
Wait, isn't that the one with Richard Pryor?
Yeah. But that's the one where the woman gets sucked into the machine and she.
Shit, that's right. Yeah, okay, you're right.
And then Superman fights himself at a bar. Or a
Superman,
dumpster, right?
Superman gets drunk and
you're right. That is the scary one. Oh man, I guess
if you had to rank them like from scariest to least, then yeah. All right. Well, there's your coverage for Superman Day. Let us know. We'll probably be talking a little bit more about what we picked up. This is just
you guys think you saw Dark Superman with Zack Snyder, but it's really in Superman 3. It's when he gets drunk.
Yeah, don't give me none of that. Zack Snyder made Superman dark. Like you obviously didn't watch Superman 3.
Superman 3.
It's got that 5 o'clock shadow.
He broke 4 necks in that movie. He was just snapping necks right and left as a drunk Superman.
All those deleted scenes.
Love it.
All right, let me get back up here. Alrighty, now back to the show as normal. Let's talk about the stuff we've been watching first, and we'll start with Josh because he hasn't been in the show for a little while. Being a dad or whatever, or a husband or family man.
Man, it's crazy. I honestly, okay.
I've been doing it. He's been doing blow for the last 3 weeks. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. It's just me, cocaine, watching the stock ticker go down
before the tariffs hit.
He's been trying to buy the dip.
Yeah, I honestly don't have a lot because I haven't picked up my books this week.
Good, because we're talking about stuff we watch.
Good. Oh, well, I'm paying attention. God damn it. All right. So anyway, stuff I watched. I started watching Ludwig on BritBox, which I'd been waiting for. Anyone else seen it?
How fancy. No, I can't afford BritBox.
Well, so it's this really great, murder mystery show starring, I'm gonna blank on his name. I think it's David Mitchell, who I know you've seen if you've ever watched the famous clip of the two Nazis and one guy's like, "Are we the baddies?" That's David Mitchell.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't know why, but that one keeps coming up a lot recently.
I know, right? Why would we keep posting that for whatever reason? Anyway, but it's he is a there you go. He is a crossword puzzle designer who, and I've only seen the first episode, but it's very clear that he's very much a shut-in, like doesn't get out a lot. And the only family he has is the woman next to him is his sister-in-law, who is married to his identical twin. And his identical twin is a head detective in Cambridge. And so he gets a call from her saying, "We need you to come out to Cambridge. Your brother has gone missing." And so the conceit of the show is he is pretending to be his brother, which works because when he makes his crosswords, he does it under the pseudonym Ludwig, hence the name. So no one really knows he exists. It kind of seems like his brother never really talks about his family, or at least beyond his like immediate family. And then of course he discovers that as a puzzle designer, he's actually very good at solving murders. And so it's this kind of interesting take where it's clearly like, I'm presuming every episode is going to be a different murder that he solves. So it's like a murder of the week type show, but the running backstory is what the fuck happened to his brother. Anyway, it's good. It's fun. The acting is great. I'm looking forward to it. The only other thing I've watched is we are 2 episodes away from wrapping up Preacher.
Oh.
And I cannot express how amazing and wackadoo the show is. Apparently, Hazel has read much further in the comics than I've ever gotten. And she is just constantly bringing up, like, that's from the comics. That's from the comics. They go all in. I'm talking like stuff that when I'm seeing it on the screen, I'm like, that has to be from the comic, and I cannot believe they put this in a moving picture format. It is incredible. So if you've only ever seen the first season, or like originally we only got like halfway through season 2, not because we didn't like it, we just sort of like petered out. Stick with it. By season 3, it is just wild. It is so wild. Anyway, it's great. Highly recommend. Oh God, so good.
I mean, I just think that I remember. I think I watched season. What is the season where they introduced the Jesus like figure?
Yeah, that's probably season 2.
Okay, so I got to the conclusion of that whole arc where everything kind of explodes, if you will.
That may be season 3 then.
Okay, I think I missed out on the final season then, but I got pretty deep into Preacher, and I was enjoying it a lot. The one scene I was always kind of waiting on to see if they were gonna do, and now I don't even remember if they did it. Do you remember that guy that rides his bike inside the house, and like, I think he's one of the Angel family or Angel, whatever their last name is?
Yeah,
and he parks his bike on some dude's butt.
In between so I think that's actually That's not from the his family. That's from the Desaad story, right? Like, isn't that the big like orgy house?
Yeah. Right. You're right. I get confused because they're all awful people.
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, and it all happens at the same time. It's like it's like all concurrent.
I think in the final season is when he kind of he's gonna go confront his family. Is that right?
No, that's season 2.
Okay, so I did watch. Yeah. Okay.
Or wait, shit. No, I'm sorry. God, I screwed this up. That's season 3. So season 1 is in the small town where
that's kind of like the prequel season because with
exactly.
there's books on that, right?
Season 2 is mainly in New Orleans where they're trying to track down God. Season 3 is with his family, and then season 4 is just wow. Just everything goes off the rails. So
that's the one I didn't watch. So but yeah, it's a great show. I mean, we haven't even talked about Cassie the vampire, which is he's great in
the casting is phenomenal, and I did not realize. Like I knew, God, I just blanked on his name. The guy playing Jesse, Tony Stark, or not Tony? God damn it,
Dominic
Cooper.
Something.
Yeah, so I knew he was British. I did not realize that Ruth Negga is Ethiopian and Irish. She grew up in Ireland. So it's like we have all these core people playing these amazing Southerners, none of whom are from the American South, and they're great. So
they're both in the World Warcraft movie, both of them.
No way. For real?
Yeah. I like that movie. I don't know.
I've seen it once. It wasn't terrible. I just need to rewatch
I'm not a big Warcraft guy, but
I'm not
my
either,
brother liked it and he loves the game. So, all right.
Yeah, I've seen
we'll
it
save
once.
it for a Dominic Cooper show. So is that all for you, John?
That's all I've been watching.
All right, Jeff, what have you been watching? Because I got a few things that I want to run through.
I have been watching. I saw the movie Y2K earlier this week. This is the Kyle Mooney, Rachel Zegler. I don't remember anybody else in the movie. It's very funny. It's very silly. It's very Kyle Mooney silly. Fred Durst is in it a lot.
I've watched 3/4 of this film because the when I went to the Alamo, the lights went out.
Oh, really? It's. I think it's definitely worth watching. It's very funny. It's it's kind of a coming of age. They get Y2K wrong. It's as if the AI kind of forms on Y2K and starts trying to kill out humanity, and the kids have to survive.
It's like what if
Fred Durst plays a big part.
Yeah, like what if Lawnmower Man happened during Y2K?
I feel like I'm too old to watch this movie. I feel like
no, I think you're perfect age. So what's weird is because you and I are about the same age.
Yeah.
So it plays on that nostalgia from that time frame. But it's weird how much I remembered from then, because I was older during it. It's a high school movie, so
more of the Kyle Mooney age character than the
yeah. He's probably 15 years younger than us, but it's still very funny, and it's still very cool to kind of go back and do this period piece for that specific time frame.
It is pretty fun.
Oh, good, Danny. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying it's pretty fun to see all those things because I remember what I was doing in Y2K, and it was nowhere anything close to what these kids are doing. But
yeah, and this actually feels a bit more. I mean, Y2K is 1999, 2000, 2001, but it still feels very late 90s, sort of, in a way. Yeah. Not quite. It's not fully. I mean, it's still very much a movie of the 90s because it was the switchover.
I think Mooney goes fully absurd with the film and the premise of it. Probably more like a love letter to those B movies from even further, like the 80s and stuff. So
it's super silly, and he plays a funny part in it. And there's and the Fred Durst it's more than a cameo, and it plays a pretty big role, and it's really stupid, but it's really funny. It's good. It's very good.
All right. On Max, right?
Selling me.
It's on Max.
Because when I said I'm too old, it's less like I would look forward to the nostalgia. It's the fact that it is nostalgia at this point that makes me feel old. right? In my brain, it was still like 2 years ago was like Y2K. Like, it does not feel like it was 25 years ago. Oh my God. What the hell? So,
maybe you need to watch this movie to snap out of it. Then.
Yeah, true.
And then last week, because maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago that Danny mentioned it, I watched The Losers, which is also on Max, because it was in the Leaving Soon column. And I was like, well, if it's leaving soon, I better watch it before it shows up on Netflix or whatever. And it was fun. It was entertaining. I forgot how entertaining it was. I was it's kind of weird when you watch a movie that you do not like. I know I've seen this movie, but I don't really remember enough about it. So you're like, oh, that twist. Oh, hey, that's cool. Kind of thing. So it was a fun movie. And then finally, I've been watching American Idol. I love those singers. I love those kid singers. It's a good year. It's a good year for Idol.
Is that what the season is? Is it kids?
No. They're just
young
I'm just older than them all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My dreams of getting on Idol are now over. I've aged out.
You can still do it.
They have an age cap. You can't be over a certain age to.
For real?
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
So you gotta go like on. You gotta go like
old Idol. Talent. Yeah, I gotta do one of those other shows that is like like the Hallmark singing channel kind of thing. Whatever.
Well, wait.
Third tier.
Which show was? Who was the lady that could like sing opera really well? That was like a.
I think that's Britain's Got Talent.
That was a Britain's Got Talent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, America's Got Talent has no age.
No age cap. Anybody can have talent in that one.
But I have seen because there are shows that are like singing competition shows, but are like for Christmas carolers and stuff like that. So I could get in on one of those.
Oh, you have to be between 15 and 29. How's that not ages?
Are they going to do a spinoff show? You've got America's American Idol, and then for the older people, Americana Idol. Like, how are you going to do this? And that is your dad joke for the day.
Who are the judges on that one? Clint Eastwood and
in the chair.
Clint Eastwood, an empty chair.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Cool.
Clint Eastwood, known for his singing.
Yeah. All right. Let me hit a couple things that we have reviews for in the channel just to really plug those. The creator of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo did a new anime.
I need to watch this.
It's airing on Adult Swim next day on Max, called Lazarus. I won't go into any details, especially because I do want Josh to watch this. And Jeff, I know you guys are hard to sell on anime, but I think me throwing the Cowboy Bebop in there might sweeten the deal.
Oh, it's one of the few anime I'm a rabid fan of. So.
It's got a lot of those vibes, especially when it comes to the music and the soundtrack.
Okay.
So yeah, I highly recommend it. But like I said, we have a full review on the channel. Also,
you made us do that Akira show, so I've hit my quota for the year. So.
yeah. Now we're still gonna watch Ghost in the Shell at some point. So
that's right. That's the other one I love. I love Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do it, Josh, because it'll get you to rewatch it.
And then we're gonna watch all of Robotech.
I know. No, I'm actually more of a fan of
Ghost
standalone Complex, but at least
interesting. Okay, so, we're doing the Scarlett Johansson one anyway, so
I've seen that one too.
She can play anything, a tree, anything. All right. Also on the channel, we have a review for My Hero Academia Vigilantes, episode 1. This is a spin-off of the main My Hero. Josh, I don't know if Hazel might be checking this out.
She isn't as much into My Hero anymore, but I'll ask her.
It's almost over, so she might as well finish the show if she's been watching that. The final season comes out this year.
Yeah, she kind of bounced off it about 5 years ago.
Damn. Okay.
It's been a while.
Good time to come back.
It's true.
But yeah, this is a spin-off that takes place 5 years before the main My Hero series. It's really cool. I like the visuals a lot. They use a lot of like big, bright onomatopoeia on the screen, which makes it very. If you read the manga, that's nice because even though it's not in color, like they still use all those sounds. So now onto some quick finales that I hit this week. The Pit finally finished on HBO Max.
Man,
guys, it is the best medical drama out there. Like,
I've heard
it's so gross.
Noah Wiley. You've seen
that's my thing. I feel like I won't be able to handle it.
Yeah, sometimes my roommates will try to watch it, and I'll like wander through the room as they're watching, and I'm just like, it's so disgusting because they show everything.
It is very graphic when it comes to some of that stuff, but it is so good. Like the premise is so good. Like we just spend the whole shift with these characters, hour by hour. And it's an emergency room, so like you never know what the hell's gonna come in through that door.
Also has nothing to do with the Dale Keown comic book.
It does not. It does not.
But what if like in the season finale it turns out it was about that the whole time?
What if the very last shot of the show is a kid holding up a snow globe and that character is inside of it? Right.
Yeah, it's good. We're gonna get another season, so I can't wait.
My other question is, do you think Noah Wiley is just like now super impervious to like skin knees? Like nothing grosses him out anymore because he's been on all these medical shows. So like when their kid's like, I broke my arm and their bones dangling out, Noah Wiley's like, all right, well, let's just get you to the hospital. I've seen it all before.
Well, let's slap a Band-Aid on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I would feel very confident going to him. As a doctor. Like, yeah, he's been.
Would you rather go to him or Zach Braff?
Yeah, he's played a doctor for over half his life. So,
who would you rather go to? Would you rather go to the actor? Would you rather go to Noah Wiley, Zach Braff, or I can't remember her name, Meredith Grey? If you had to get medical advice from one of them.
Oh, just for medical advice?
Yeah. If you're like, I've got this hemorrhoid.
Great way to bring it back. I love it.
Yeah.
Continuity.
Hey, George Clooney. Hey, Clooney, can you take a look at this? You are on ER.
I don't think he was on there long enough, though. He might send me.
Yeah, I wouldn't show.
He would give me an espresso coupon or something.
Yeah. I would trust Eric LaSalle way more than I would George Clooney.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Actually, I would. Yeah, I'll just go to Eric LaSalle. No, I was watching an interview with Wiley about the Pit, and I guess first off, he told a story that he like the night before the interview, he was in New York to see George Clooney in a play on Broadway, and he said that afterwards, they went backstage, they were just like gabbing and stuff, and he told Clooney how much he liked his play. And then Clooney's like, dude, I love your Pit. Like, I love this show. So he's a fan, apparently. But I guess I hadn't realized it's in real time, which I'm kind of intrigued by, but also terrified by.
Every episode is an hour. The first 4 is sitting in the waiting room. Unfortunately, it's so authentic. The first 4 hours is just you watch the waiting room.
That's amazing.
I'm just kidding. It's
no. I assumed you were, but I wouldn't put it past him. So
the whole season finale was about denied claims. It's an emergency room. So.
You're just waiting to talk to that one person that handles the insurance.
Yeah.
I always do a electronic check-in before going.
Same. Yeah.
Save time.
I don't want to fill out a form on that clipboard on my lap.
Save everyone's time. And then also on Max, because Max is on fire this week. I watched the finale of The White Lotus season 3.
I watch that too. These are all my list.
This is the only White Lotus I've seen, and there's people that are saying like, "Oh, this is the worst season" or whatever. Like, well, if this is the worst season, like I can't wait to watch the other ones because I thought this was really cool.
But it was incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm now that this is over, I'm looking forward to watching the rest. But yeah, we'll have a compilation of all the reviews for the White Lotus because I did one for I think every episode. It's only 8 episodes. So, all right, now new stuff. I'll save the most fun for last. Hacks season 4 came back this week as well on Max.
We are gonna start that. I
Oh.
am so hyped for Hacks. I love it.
Guys, we don't deserve Gene Smart.
I know, right?
It's so good. And Hacks is a show that I just got into this year. I watched all 3 seasons after she won the Emmy.
Yep.
I just binged all 3 seasons like within because it's only 30-minute episodes and they're like short seasons.
I had been watching something else. Sorry, go ahead. We'll come back around.
You missed it. No, we won't. We're doing comics.
Fine.
I'm just kidding.
That's fair. That's fair.
We're coming back around next week.
Yeah.
If I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, we got to get it in case Josh doesn't show up next week. Yeah, Hacks is fantastic. It's such a fast-paced show. It's so clever. It's funny. And then you get these like little moments of emotions and heart, and you're like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, so, Hacks is phenomenal.
Hacks is phenomenal.
I keep forgetting it came back. So
and then there's a new show on Apple TV called Your Friends and Neighbors. This is with John Hamm, Olivia Munn, and I forget the name of the other person. Well, I mean, there's a lot more people in the cast, but it's about your favorite people in the world, stock traders. John Hamm is a stock trader who has recently gone through a divorce, and then also has lost his job. So he now starts robbing his friends and neighbors to try to maintain his lifestyle and money and so it's fun enough. I'll say this: there's a lot of effing in this show, like a lot, like nothing too graphic, but like everyone, like I was like, is this Desperate Housewives? What's going on? It's on Apple TV, so they can show you more than ABC could ever show you. But like I said, it's not too graphic, but it just happens a lot.
It's not quality, it's quantity.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know how long you can keep this premise. I don't know if this is based on something, because like I feel like eventually, like I know John Hamm is like a white man, so like there's less of a chance for him to be a suspect, but eventually I just feel like it would come up, right? It's also not very relatable. I don't think I could, I couldn't do that. But it's interesting enough. I watched the first 2 episodes. And then this is my warning to people. If you're going to watch Black Mirror season 7, do not start with common people.
Is that the first one?
It's the first one they have on the list on Netflix. It's the one with Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd from the IT crowd.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, Rashida Jones, Chris O'Dowd, they're funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? No. Charlie Booker said, I'm going to take the funniest people I can find and give you the saddest, most devastating story that I can fit into an hour block in this Netflix show. And from what I've heard online, this is the grimmest one out of all the... I wanted to start with the sequel to the USS Callister, because they're doing that's the one with Christina Milioti, where they're like in a Star Trek type of ship. If you've seen, I think it was from a couple of seasons ago. I don't know. You guys give me blanks there, so maybe you don't watch enough Black Mirror. Your life must be pretty happy then. But yeah, I like Black Mirror, and it's weird because you're like, there's so much stuff going on in the world that's already pretty dark and grim. So why would I want to spend my free time? But when it's like watching more stuff that's dark and grim, but when it's so well done and just like the craft of like putting this show together, and I hear there is one episode that's a little bit more uplifting, and like previous seasons have done stuff like that, where Charlie Booker, like, I can write happy stuff as well, or heartfelt stuff as well. It's not all grim and darkness. So yeah, just do not start with common people. Save that one for when you have enough emotional bandwidth to spare a few gigs, if you will. So
is Black Mirror like the craziest? Like, I don't know if you want to watch that if you're in a fragile mental state.
Right.
Like, here's my pitch, because I had one of these for Netflix the other day. Is that you take all these shows that are like maybe might be difficult to watch if you're in a certain kind of mental state.
sure.
You reshoot them, but just with puppies. So so it's just the puppies that are having the hard time, and you're like, well, that's sad, but it's also kind of cute.
It's funny because funny you mentioned that. And Leonard Kim, I'll get to your question in 1 second. One of the episodes from a previous season was about you could have what do you call it, like parental lock on your kids, where they're not exposed to violence in real life. So like if you set it up, um, or whatever, like there's a kid that can be walking by the neighborhood, and anytime there's something violent or dangerous, like it'll just look blurry, so they can't really see it, and it's not part of their life.
Interesting.
So all that to say, yeah, I don't know that Black Mirror is for everyone. When I did do a review for the common people, and I listed off a bunch of content warnings up top because I think it's important that you know what you're kind of getting into. I've seen every season of the show, and it's weird because the first episode is about the prime minister like effing a pig in
and
broad
so
daylight to save someone.
and
And
so
they kind of switch.
I feel like Booker it loves to take these gambles with the first episodes of a season and be like, I'm going to give you the darkest shit. Yeah. And if you like this, watch the rest of the season. It won't be as bad. So,
that's the one episode that was not like tech related. This show really is kind of like the Twilight Zone, but like, we now have all this technology. Like, how is technology seeped into our brains so much, or our lives, our everyday lives that, so Leonard Kim does have a question. If I've never watched Black Mirror, will I be lost if I just watch the recent season and drop? No, these are anthologies, standalone stories, except maybe for that USS Callister, which does have a part 1 in the previous season. But outside of that one, from what I can remember, there is no there aren't stories that kind of follow through from season to season. So yeah, it's very, very Twilight Zone, and I love watching Twilight Zone. I love watching Outer Limits, like all those type of anthology shows that are about weird things like that. So this one just, it's more realistic, but also not, because it's technology that we can imagine and concepts that we can imagine because of real life, but it's also very augmented to that world. So so Black Mirror, so that I wanted to end up on a high note. I haven't seen any movie. I need to go back to the theater. There's so much that I want to watch this week, but we did get to go to the comic shop this week, maybe, or most of us. I don't know, Josh didn't. Josh, you had one more thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. So, and it's kind of topical. So, one of the few shows I've actually been catching up on is Mythic Quest.
Oh, yeah.
And I am 2 episodes into season 4, loving it. I love that show. I was a latecomer to it, got into it, kind of blew through season 1 and 2, just wrapped up season 3. Totally bummed last night to discover it got canceled. And I'm like, why?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's sad.
Yeah, like it's just kind of strange.
Did you? I don't know where you. So the article that I read, said that yes, it did get canceled, but they have reshot a finale that will air next week to give some closure to. No, Leonard Kim. This is not a rare L for Apple TV. It feels great. So yeah, they'll give us a little bit of closure,
which is good. I do appreciate
which is weird because they just had a spin-off, like literally,
just
like 2 weeks ago.
Right. I know, it's very strange. I don't know what's going on there. So
I'll be interested in Josh, when you catch up, let us know what you think of season 4.
Okay.
Also, are you planning to watch both endings, I guess?
I will. I guess I'll have to, like, unless they pull a Arrested Development and remove the original episode and only like. I hope they don't do that.
I don't think they would.
I would hope not. So
this is funny. Side Quest is worth the watch too.
I need to watch that too. Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet.
So Side Quest is like, do you remember those standalone episodes that were unrelated to the main characters? Or I guess they're related but in different ways.
Right.
It's kind of like this. This is about some of the periphery characters that we've met throughout the seasons. And I think some of them are directed by people in the cast. Like I know Ashley Birch directed one of them. So they get to do that stuff. Yeah, I watched one of the side quests and they're fun enough. Also, if you have Apple TV and you're not watching the studio,
I need to watch the studio. Yeah, that keeps popping up too, and I hear it's amazing. So
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Right.
So all right, comics.
All right,
Josh, let's start with you since you have less comics to talk about, and then Jeff and I can talk about.
So again, I haven't been to the shop yet this week. What I've read though for the comic book club, just 2 nights ago, we read this month one of Clay's suggestions, which is The Faint of Heart by Carolyn Wilson. This was great. We all really liked it. It's very allegorical, which I really dug. The basic concept is everybody's living in a world where a scientist who's just called the scientist has developed a way to remove your heart and put it in preserving fluid. And by doing so, it removes your emotions. And so this girl here has held on to her heart. She's an artist. She doesn't want to get rid of it. And so it just kind of deals with like, what is it like to live in a world where nobody feels anything, but you're the one person who does, right? Mm-hmm. This is Wilson's first graphic novel, and it's phenomenal. It's really good. The art is great. The design of it is great. The writing is great. So highly, highly recommend. And thanks to Clay for choosing that. The only other thing I kind of want to mention, and it's old, but I know I'm the one weirdo reading Savage Sword of Conan, but this is a few weeks old. But if you haven't picked up this issue yet, or if there's just one you just want to jump into without needing any prior knowledge, pick up issue 7. And the reason why, and this was hinted at way back when the first issue came out, this issue is interesting because it has the main story is by Mark Evanier, God damn it, I screwed it up. Roy Thomas, not Mark Evanier. Roy Thomas, who wrote all the Conan stuff for Marvel, and actually, I believe, created Red Sonja. And so when this came back out, he did the intro for the first issue, and he kind of hinted at it. It's like, you may see a story for me later, and this is his story. So it's called Mark of the Beast. It's in issue 7. Really worth it. I love this very retro approach they have with like the magazine format. It's all in black and white. You get ink on your hands when you read it. It just feels very old school. So
nice.
But other than that, that's it. I'm way behind. I still have to read this, which I haven't gotten to yet. Godzilla versus Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then are you? Well, I guess when you catch up on Fantastic Four, let us know because I want to know how you.
I'm caught up.
Oh, you are?
Well, I mean, I got through the issue where it becomes Fantastic 3.
Oh yeah.
And I know the next one is Fantastic 2.
My only question was going to be like, how are you enjoying, or how's the series now that it's kind of wrapped up in a tie-in, or tied up in an event?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It felt earned to me. It didn't feel like tacked on at all.
Yeah.
And I really love that issue because it's the event happens. And the issue is really about how that character is dealing with it, which felt very much in the vein of this FF run, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I know you're reading it too, Jeff.
Yeah. I think we should go full spoilers with this conversation.
We can. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we can. Yeah. So the Thing loses his powers, and what I kind of love about it is it's this moment of Doctor Doom as Sorcerer Supreme setting up something that is like from way back at the dawn of the series. You know, Ben just wants to be human again. And the entire time he's building up to it, Ben's like, nah, I'm fine now. Like, I'm cool. It's all right. You know, like you almost get this thing like, I don't want to be human Ben Grimm anymore. He's like, but I'm giving you human, you know, and it's like, bam. It's great. It was so good.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not weirded out by, but whatever. It's like, it's not the first time he's been de-thinged.
Right.
And so I kind of wish they'd kind of like at least kind of mentioned it at some point, because he does have, like, I understand his emotional response to being de-thinged, especially by Doctor Doom, because the other times he's been de-thinged, like it happened once during the Hickman run where it was like for a limited amount of time you're going to get to be human again, is kind of the solution that the Future Foundation came up with. And I know that there was, I think it was I think during the John Byrne run, he got de-thinged and he had to have a little, like, they built him a Thing armor that he would wear.
Yes. Yeah.
So I kind of wish that they had kind of brought those things up, because I do like that he's like, oh my, I would be freaked out if it were Doctor Doom de-thinging me, because, you know, who knows what he's actually done, kind of, whatever. And so that emotional response I get, but also I was just like, but he's been Ben Grimm before, so him having this like, I can't, you know, be the whatever. Like, part of me was just like, I don't know if that would be his complete response totally, because I mean, there's precedent for this. I mean, I like how I understand the depression part, and I understand like that part of the comic I really liked. I like that he went to Puppet Master to try to make himself artificially happy, and it's very emotional.
Yeah, it is.
Into the like, I love the issue, but at the same time I was just like, I feel like he would have been like, well, let me go dig out the old Ben Grimm armor kind of thing too. So I was kind of back and forth on the story. I did love it overall, and also I think it's fair for every single one of these writers to get to take a pass at that kind of story. You know, it's not fair that Ryan North is, you know, born, you know, when he was, and he's only getting to write Ben Grimm being de-thinged in 2025. You know, it's not his fault that he's just coming to this now. But so I give it a pass that he has to write that emotional arc, and he gets to write that emotional arc for Ben Grimm. But I'm also like, but he's been here before, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I do wonder though if it's setting up, like, is Doctor Doom in this new role, is like every subsequent issue going to be him depowering? Because that's clearly where it's going, right? Depowering each of the FF. And if so, what's kind of brilliant is he finally defeats them, not by killing them, but by taking them to a state where they no longer have their powers, right?
He makes them inert,
basically. Or does he defeat them by taking their power, like, or can they still beat them just as regular people? Because
that's kind of what I'm wondering, and I'm kind of wondering if, like, I'm really curious what this new FF reboot with North is going to be like. Is it going to be the main four depowered but still doing what they've always done?
It's more like a Challengers of the Unknown kind of.
Exactly. Or is Reed going to like recreate the experiment and be like, all right, let's get in the rocket ship, let's go back up, you know, like what's going to happen? And then they don't know what powers they're going to get. I don't know. It's really intriguing. So
it's going to look cool because Humberto Ramos is doing the art. So
I have a love-hate relationship with Humberto Ramos, if I'm being honest. So
that's fair.
Yeah. I'm be real like wincy at that Johnny Storm, how Johnny Storm looks. I'm guessing.
And
I feel like it would be the easy one. Yeah, I might be more worried about Sue or Frank or Reed.
Yeah, but, same.
All right. Well, that was our fantastic four corner. Jeff, why don't you start? I'll hop along with what, if anything, and then I'll close out with some of this stuff.
We've got this issue of the Uncanny X-Men. This is 13. I like that there's a horse on the X-Men now. Also, I feel like we should do a show about this. We need to come up with what our definitive canon for the ages of the X-Men are. because this is so we've got new kids that we've introduced here in Gail Simone's comic. They're new characters in the Exceptional X-Men that are like kids. But I'm like, well, if they're kids, how old is Quentin Quire? Because he was a kid not too long ago. How old is Armor? How old is Kitty Pryde? How old is Kitty is younger than Scott, but then Scott can't be that much older than Kitty, and Kitty can't be that much older than I feel like they all should still be within like 10 years max of each other.
Let me pull up the Charlie Day.
Yeah, exactly. I do like that they, with each new wave of X-Men writers and eras that come along, they all kind of want to introduce new characters because the X-Men traditionally starts off as young, gifted students of a school, like they're usually younger. And I'm just like, I feel like I love introduce all the new young characters you want, but like give us some. Now I'm curious as to like what the age brackets are because you're starting to introduce these characters for like new readers who are like these Gen Alpha kids, and you're seeing these writers try to put in this like young language that the kids use and stuff like that. And I'm like, I need, I think it's just fun to think about as a thought experiment. How somebody who's been around since like 1973, in real time.
Like Scott's young language is groovy and Kitty's is,
yeah, exactly. This is the second issue of Godzilla Heist. I love this premise for a comic. You wanna rob something big, you get Godzilla to be your distraction. So they found out a way to just like call incredible. Godzilla to be a destructive force someplace, and then they're like, no, let's just go rob the Louvre. This new issue of Absolute Batman with Mr. Freeze, who's completely different, awesome looking, kind of scary, and Marcos Martin artwork on the inside.
It's pretty good. This
love Marcos Martin.
The Bill Sienkiewicz cover.
That's a nice cover.
I love that. That's a cute.
I like it.
Here is sneak preview, but here's the real issue of the Silent Jinx comic, GIJoe comic. Let's see if I can find a good. The internal art's pretty cool.
I can't wait to talk about this because I have.
Yeah.
I finally picked up my issue of Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell.
Oh.
Again, great interior artwork by Steve McNiven. Marvel's really on this. Let's tell all our stories about all our characters as they're old and dying kick lately.
Hey, a lot of our readers are old and dying. How about we start giving them stories about characters getting old and dying?
They really want to be reminded of that, don't they?
Yeah, we got this. We got Reign 2. We just wrapped up Savage Wolverine, where he's old and dying. Avengers Twilight, old and dying. Here's the newest issue of Transformers. What is this? 19. We get some Megatron backstory in this.
How Megatron got his groove back.
Megatron got his groove back.
Or I guess how he got his groove the original time.
Yeah. This latest issue of Batman Dark Patterns.
Damn it.
This is such a good comic. Oh my god, it's so good. And then I have a bunch of stacked of stuff I haven't read as of yet. You want me to keep going?
No, we'll go through that in a sec. Let me go through the ones I have read, and then I'll go through my stuff that I haven't read, and then you can go through yours, and we'll move on to comic review. So I picked up this week Ultimates number 11. We get to go to Asgard for this one. So there you see, Jeff hasn't read it, so I won't go too deep into it. But it's very good because Dennis Camp is a fantastic writer, and Juan Frigeri is a fantastic artist. So like, who knew that when you get two really talented people working on the same book, or I guess more than two, but when you get a bunch of talented people working on a book, you just get a good book.
I'm just flipping through this for the first time. A lot of skeletons in here.
A lot. Also, because I can't help my little edgelord hearts, I picked up Vatican City number 1. This is the new book by Mark Miller and Per Berg, who I guess the artist said, they said they were the artists. They commented on the review, so thank you for watching it, I guess. Hoping, this is a book about what if vampires took over the world in one night, and the only place that they couldn't get into was Vatican City because it's hollow ground.
Nice.
This book escalates very quickly, but it is very cool. Let me show you a little out of context preview. Like, it is gnarly. So yeah, I don't know.
It would be like Vatican City in like a garlic place.
Yeah. The only place is
ironically
the Olive
right next
Garden.
door to Vatican City. So
Yeah. The Olive Garden, you'll be safe in there too, because when you're here, your family.
It's just nothing but garlic. That's what's that Robert Rodriguez the vampire with Selma Hayek, George Clooney.
Oh yeah. From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn. It's From Dusk Till Dawn, except it's in an Olive Garden.
Yes, sir. No, which I thought I had a good one. Oh, whatever.
Are you looking for your
we'll get Josh back in a second. All right. I also picked up, and maybe we'll talk about this next week, but I did want to say I picked up The Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is by Joe Kelly. Huh?
What is that cover?
This is the Black Cat cover.
Oh, I see now.
The main cover is like a wraparound with all the villains. It should be under here, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's the main cover is pretty cool. Pepe Larraz is in this book. Like, he does the art. We do get a backup story by John Romita Jr. I really liked it. It feels like it's kind of back to basics a little bit with Peter. And that's let me see. This is for the Vatican City. The Priest Vampire Hunters. Not that I've read yet, so maybe not. Not sure. But I'll have to keep reading to see. But yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man. Like, we've talked about this multiple times on the show. The book is just not, the book hasn't been very good, or for me at least. Like, it just hasn't been very good. Not something that I want to read, but every iteration I want to check it out again. Just because I want to read a Spider-Man book, and I love the Ultimate Spider-Man that I'm reading. But like it is something that I feel like I want a Spider-Man in the main continuity that I can read and have a good time with. And I hope that this is it, because I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was good. Pepe Larraz is doing a lot of the heavy lifting with the art, which makes sense.
All right, here are my basic questions. Does he have a job, Peter?
He's looking.
Does he?
Okay.
Does he have a Mary Jane and or partner?
Not
in this first issue.
He is single. Does he have a roommate?
I don't know his living situation. We didn't get into that. He does go visit Aunt May. She lives in a very nice place, so I assume they're doing all right financially. I guess she's married to JJ, right? I think.
I don't know what her story is.
I don't know if she's still married.
I'm so far out of the loop.
Yeah. There's no Paul, if that makes you feel better.
So Paul's gone.
I don't know if he's gone. He's in the spoilers. He's in the all new Venom book.
And that's we haven't talked about that either. So Venom is now Rick Jones.
I thought it was
Mary Jane.
Oh, is it Mary Jane?
Mary Jane was
I thought I read.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh,
sorry.
No, they made it seem like it was going to be Rick Jones for sure.
Okay. I thought I saw that. No, you're right. It's Mary Jane.
I read the issue because I was going to make a video and then I forgot. But
here's my question that I thought the other day, because I put something in our Discord about how they killed off Wonder Woman, or they're going to kill off Wonder Woman, or that there's in the current storyline, Wonder Woman supposedly dies over in
I'll
DC.
tell you this, I've read the next issue. She's not dead yet.
Yeah. It might take place in the future, but we all know how those stories go.
Yeah.
So And then nobody ever really dies in comics, anyways.
No, of
Especially
course.
not Wonder Woman. Or Wonder Woman has died many times actually already. So, if you could go back in time, knowing that they're going to go ahead and split up MJ and Peter after the end of One New Day or One Day More, whatever it's called, would you have just rather them kill off Mary Jane?
Yes.
Because if you know that they're going to be complete jerks about getting them together and do everything in their power to make sure that they never get together again, short of killing her off, I think at this point I would have been like, you know what, just kill her off then. Let Peter go do his life. Because you know at some point somebody, then the itch would be like, we should bring back Mary Jane. We should get them back together at some point. Is I think what would have happened in that universe where they killed off Mary Jane. Because I'm just like, stop it. Stop making her Jackpot. Stop making her Venom.
I know.
Stop.
It's like, and I hate to be that guy, but if they had killed Mary Jane, it kind of tracks with the whole Spider-Man story, right? I mean, Spidey can never be happy, he just can't, and that would have been the way to do it. I don't know.
You can be happy if you read the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay, well that's
yeah, true.
Have it all. Like you can still tell good stories where he has a family and he's married and they're together. And I think,
I think they would have,
or Spider-Verse
the
movies.
Yeah.
And I think we would have gotten there in the 616 main universe if they had killed Mary Jane off instead of kept her alive and then just like we're refusing to let them. But they can't use her in anything else other than, they tried to put her in Iron Man and that didn't work. And then because they tried to make her.
She had something to do with the mutants too for a little while, like her aunt or something was. I remember the.
Yeah, they tried to move her into different places, and it's just not. It doesn't work, and
now she's Venom. So
now she's Venom, which makes no sense at all.
Counterpoint though, since Mary Jane is Venom, does my fanfic finally come to life and Spider-Man and Venom fuck? Because I will read that.
Interesting that was your fanfic.
It's everyone's fanfic. Come on.
I guess so. I think most people's is just that the symbiote and Eddie do it. But
all right, that's fair. That's fair. I can see that.
I will say
once you've bonded with one symbiote, you've bonded with everybody that symbiote has bonded with also.
And with all the symbiotes,
symbiote swamping is not a joke.
That's right. I did make a little meme to celebrate The Amazing Spider-Man #1 coming out.
I love this. This was great.
With accurate dates for all these releases of Spider-Man.
This is amazing.
So Dr. Manhattan has read them all and will continue to read them all. But maybe so will I. I can't wait till next week. Hopefully you guys pick this up and read it.
It was on my list, yeah.
And at least just check out the first issue. Like I said, Pepe Larraz is a hell of an artist. So like even if that does a lot of the work for me. I will say that.
Yeah.
If that Black Cat cover is still there, I might still get it.
It's so good. Look at that.
It was funny. I almost wanted to pick that one up, but I picked the one with him on the glass that's painted, just because I like the way they designed all the way that his like gloves and boots work. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sure they made like 10 covers.
Yeah, they did. They did.
While Jeff comes back, let me show you. Yeah, we need. I'm gonna get catheters for the show.
So much for that summer trip to the Vatican, huh?
Let us know your favorite brand of adult diaper. Maybe we can get a sponsorship.
That'd be great.
All right. Well, just gonna miss out on some neat stuff, but I also picked up this week a facsimile of Star Wars #1 from Marvel with the green Darth Vader.
The Green Vader, yeah.
I love it.
And shockingly, because we all forget, art by Howard Chaykin.
That's right. And with the ads and everything, like he can get as jacked as this guy. Man. For $7.98 with that
$7.98 thing. That's a steal. To get a body of steel.
All right. I also picked up the latest issue of Hello Darkness.
I guess I need to start reading this.
Yeah. It's really good. There's Jeff's back. Jeff, you missed it. I picked up my facsimile of Star Wars #1. And I think you're muted, maybe.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah, Hello Darkness. I picked up this variant cover of Golden Rage. What's it called? It's Mother Knows Best. This is the follow-up to Golden Rage, but this is covered by Tula Lotte.
Oh,
That's it, because I already showed you guys my Superman stuff. So, small week for comics, I think, overall. If the Superman books hadn't come out, I would have stayed very well within budget for this week.
I will show you. This also came out. They got Daredevil back in his black suit.
Oh,
I've not read this yet, so I don't know why. Yeah, that's the Shadow. Is this the Shadowland outfit? I think so.
It looks like
this is the Shadowland. This is the Shadowland outfit. At first I thought this was the what was that Scott McDaniel outfit from the '90s that he wore. Black.
I was gonna say that looks like a '90s outfit right there.
And then I have a few more. Like I have the new issue of The Moon is Following us. Haven't read yet. The current run of Action. This is G. Willow Wilson writing Superman.
That's a really fun. So that's a two-parter. That's only a two-parter. So if you want to pick those 2 issues up,
I might do that.
Yeah, it's really.
It's, I didn't know she was right.
It's how they're ending their Superman Superstars, and then the next thing will be the summer that we were talking about earlier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that
it,
Jeff? That you got?
I picked up the X-Men. Let me see. It's X-Men.
Oh yeah,
Quentin.
Oh, I guess those are from last week, right? You pick up a few things.
Yeah, some of these are because of the Diamond stuff. This Moon is Following Us. Batman and Robin. And then I Heart Skull Crusher, which I forgot was coming out. This has been a while since the last issue came out.
Boom has slowed down a little bit because I keep looking for their issues in my inbox, and they're releasing like maybe 1 or 2 things a week or like a collection. Yeah, we haven't had a Boom. I think the last thing we reviewed was Vicarious, which now it's complete, like it's done now.
Oh,
so that was a little while back. Speaking of reviews, we're gonna review one book, but probably end up talking about 2 books ultimately, just because we're catching up. So our friends at Image and Skybound, and I don't know if there's a specific GIJoe office
in America.
That's right. They sent us for next week GIJoe, A Real American Hero, Silent Missions, Spirit one-shot. That's a lot to say all at once, but this is a comic written and drawn by Leonardo Romero with art by with colors by Chris Peter. And let me go through some of these covers real quick. So Spirit is a character I wasn't very familiar with.
Oh, I love Spirit. I had the action figure.
Oh, this is a really cool cover.
Little eagle he can put on his arm.
This is a Jorge Fornes cover. Is he the peacemaker of the GIJoe universe?
Yeah, also Eagly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, color yourself if you want.
I like that one.
Oh, this is cool. I like.
That is nice.
God, they do such cool stuff. I bet this is a die cut cover, and then behind it.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Let's see. I can't read if it says die cut. It just says, foil. Maybe it's a foil. Ooh, maybe they're one of the 2 shines. I think the black, the red, white, and blue probably are foil. If I had to design this thing myself. So there you go. So this is interesting, and I don't know. You guys have read this, so I read this without knowing anything about what Silent Missions, the one-shots, were all about. But apparently there was an issue of GIJoe that was a silent issue back in the day.
It's classic.
I have it. I'm going to skip off screen.
Yeah, I have it in a box.
Yeah, I don't grab it.
I read it originally when it first came out.
Yeah,
like I was subscribed to GIJoe at the time, and that came in and it blew my mind.
Nice. Which is crazy because the concept of taking letters away or like words away from a comic feels like it wouldn't work, but obviously they're getting very interesting people. And Leonardo Romero, I mentioned this in the chat to you guys, but Leonardo Romero is not only is he a comic artist, I think we talked about that last couple weeks ago, maybe when you brought up. I've seen that cover recently, and I know you had it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the original. Well, this is the reprint of the GIJoe 21 from Marvel Comics back in
Mhm.
85, 86,
It sounds
whenever it
like
was.
86.
Oh, I bet they reprinted this right before.
Yeah. So this
We
is
started
the
with
and
Silent.
it's and in the back Larry Hama writes and draws it. In the back he talks about how it was just a time crunch issue, and they had to get this a turnaround on this issue really quickly. And so he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna write it and do it myself, all in one. And so that's why there's no words to it, and it's just a story about Scarlet getting caught by Cobra, and then Snake Eyes goes in to rescue her, but Scarlet gets out on her own, really.
Yeah,
And
right.
Like in the Suicide Squad, that Harley escapes on her own. If she,
yeah, exactly. I think what most people remember about this is that as Scarlet is escaping, so is Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow throws a sword. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see where am I? Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right.
So he
Yep.
throws the sword, and then she flies down to try to block the sword, and then Snake Eyes catches the sword from behind Scarlet, and then flips it over his head, and then they fly off together.
And that's when you knew they were gonna kiss.
And that's when you knew they were gonna kiss. Yeah, but then because it was a silent issue, it stuck in everybody's heads, and now it's this kind of mythical issue. That the real thing costs like $400 on eBay or something.
Ooh.
Like that.
God, why didn't I keep it? It feels so stupid.
So in this issue, Spirit and Freedom, which I assume is the bird or the eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to tell because no one had because there are no words. If you
There are
don't
no words.
already. I think in the issue, like one of the doctors has like a name tag. They do some interesting stuff to like give you a little bit of context, like with like boards and stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. But they investigate mysterious disappearances in a nearby forest only to discover a grotesque Cobra experiment. So Josh, I'll start with you. What did you think of this book?
So I only read the Jinx one. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
We'll talk about that in a second then. So Jeff, what did you think of the?
I liked it. It's Romero's artwork is very clean, and it's very easy to understand what's going on in the story. There's been a Beachhead one as well that came out last week, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago maybe. And Phil Hester does the artwork in this one. I'm gonna be honest, I love Phil Hester's artwork, but it was a little bit hard to follow. And so this one was way easier to kind of understand what was going on, especially since there's no word or dialogue to kind of like where there's usually there to help you out. Cobra has a lot of answering to do for all the trees they killed. They do a lot of logging in this issue. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I felt it's like in the spirit of the first GIJoe 21, and then it's just a quick little in and out kind of mission, sort of like something just like a quick little story. And the good guy saves the day. It's a very entertaining little story.
He said Spirit.
Spirit.
I agree with you very much. I love, and I was trying to pull up. I do have some. Hold on, let me see if I can share this. Yeah, because I do have a little bit of previews that I found online. This is some of the first few pages, and I love how many panels we're getting through this, so you can understand well, something is out there hurting the creatures of the forest, right? There's something going on, and obviously Spirit is there, and just Romero's art is so cool. Like it's like you said, Jeff, is very clean. It's not too stylized, which I feel like works very well for a GIJoe book. Like I think, or at least for a character like this, which feels more serious, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, I love all the little panels to kind of show you like, here's what's going on, instead of a bunch of words saying like, here's what we're gonna do, right? You can tell like he's looking for something. He sends Freedom out to do a look around, right? Like just even so many little details that you have to include when you're doing a silent book. And then once you kind of start going through this, you're like, oh, he's looking for something. Something's going on, right? So it's very clear what's happening, it's a task within itself. So I really appreciate that.
That 9-page panel was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
The grid. Yeah, here, let me put it back up. It's just so cool. Like, I saw somebody take a page from Mr. Miracle and like print them out in like each one in like I guess like a 8x11 size, and then recreate the page on the wall.
Oh, that's cool.
You could do that to this, and it would look so cool. Like,
yeah,
just as a piece of art on its own. So, yeah, I really like this book. I did go back and read the Jinx one. I haven't read the other one. So there's supposed to be 5 according to the letter in the back, I think, by the editor. I believe that they're supposed to be all through April, but then, like you said, this one came out recently. So let's pivot over to the one that Josh actually read. Even though I thought I guess I put both of them on there, but you should go back and check.
I think I only clicked on the Jinx one.
They are very quick to get through. If you don't want to pay too much attention, they're very quick to get through. So this one is for Jinx, another character that I'm also not very familiar with, other than I can tell ninja, like, right? I think you're either
she's got bad luck. She's ninja with bad luck.
Here's some of the variant covers for that real quick. Oh, these are connecting covers. So this all damn,
that's cool.
They're gonna make me go back to the shop and buy a
it.
bunch of covers. Jorge Fornes also did one. Is this
That's
also
nice
connecting? I don't think so. And then they're doing the same treatment for all of these. Oh, these are also connected.
So you get the GIJ. The whole thing will be GIJoe. That's cool. That's really cool.
I hate them.
Because Spirit was the J, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I hate them. So Beachcomber must have been the
They snookered me again.
In this one, you get to see. Let's see. This is by Dan Waters and Danny on art. Different Danny and Brad Simpson on colors. In this one, we see Jinx in the most dangerous mission of her life. She has 20 seconds and 20 pages of real-time action to escape a Cobra base on a snowy mountain of death. So, Josh, since you did read this one, what did you think of Jinx?
I really enjoyed it. My 2 main takeaways are, one, I both love and hate the structure. Yeah.
That cool.
I love and hate the structure. I love the idea that every page is a second.
Mm-hmm.
I question that this amount of narrative could happen in 20 seconds. Like, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm overthinking it, but the entire time I'm like, there's no way that would happen in 1 second. Like, there's no way. Like, so that took me out of it a little bit, but I do want to give huge props to Danny for being a way better Frank Miller than Frank Miller currently is. Because it is a fantastic Sin City style Frank Miller era art. And the whole time I'm just like, God, if only Frank Miller could still draw like this. So
I agree with Josh. I was like, there's no way this takes place in 20 seconds. But
great. Thank you. It's not just me.
Yeah. I was just kind of mentally, I just adjusted for time. I was like, it would have been cool if they just kind of like, and then it was like another 15 seconds and ticked by or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have, I think honestly, that would have been even more tension filled than the unrealistic 20 seconds that
I think you guys are thinking that these are like some of these events are probably happening at the same time. So like, yeah, at 17 seconds, these guys showed up, but maybe that's also like, maybe the sequence is ending here, right? So like she starts throwing the thing here and then they finish it.
But I'll tell you,
then there are times when she's just like running across the roof. Like
there's that.
That's true.
There's a moment where she gets knocked down. And I was like, there's no way you get knocked down and back up
again.
in 1 second. Like it just, there's you have that too. Damn you. But anyway, I mean, it was good. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Good.
No, I was just gonna agree with you. I was just like, it didn't. It only took me out of it in the moments when I thought about it. If I'm not thinking about it, then it's great. Obviously.
Fantastic. I don't even think about stuff like that. I turned my brain off. I was like, 20 seconds, let's do it. Also, I will confess, when we first started, I was like, "Oh, she's got a minute and 20 seconds," because I was looking at the dots, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not a 1." Anyway,
This is where you hear the Fred Durst play in your head.
Yeah,
that's right. But I really enjoyed this as well. A really, really good time. And I got to go back through our preview folder to get that Beachcomber one, so I can check that out as well. So I'll share that with you guys as well. This might be like the one GIJoe thing we're all reading together, and I use reading very loosely.
We're all looking at it.
Great stuff. I love. I mean, big fans of Dan Waters, as you already know from the show, from that Batman. What's it called, Jeff?
Batman Dark Patterns.
Dark Patterns. Right, yeah. Right. And Creature of the Black Lagoon. I really enjoyed that.
I love that too. That was really good. So, I forgot that was Dan Waters.
All right. To close out the show, we may not have time to plan out Josh's full catalog.
We can save it.
We have enough.
No, wait. Now we do. I do want to make this a show in the future. So, Josh, what is you are a professor. You teach classes. One of these episodes, we're going to help Josh build his fall curriculum. We still got plenty of time. It's only April, so
yeah.
Do you know what classes? You're a college professor. You don't even know what classes have made as of yet, do you?
Oh Lord, no. They just started signing up like 2 weeks ago. But
when will you find out what classes that you will be teaching? First off, what do you traditionally teach?
Yeah, I basically only ever teach 3 classes. I teach art appreciation, art history 1, and art history 2. It is ironic. I am trying to find a way to repropose my comic studies class that I taught a decade ago, but I'm having to find a way to like fit it like into a specific course number.
Is there anyone that teaches art depreciation?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of my students claim I do that. So,
well, I just feel like it's important to understand how your assets depreciate, especially when the market tanks.
Exactly.
Or how they can appreciate because they hold their value as art pieces.
It's just maybe we'll have the people that teach art depreciation are the same people that teach are against the oil companies, so they're the ones that go and throw like soup on the Mona Lisa and stuff like that.
Which is like those artworks are so protected. There's like no way that they're. I think that's why they do it, because they know it'll be something that garners attention, but they're not actually destroying the art. I don't think they hate art. It's just something that they can, like
all I know is that they so far have been pretty selective, because there are a lot of paintings not behind glass. In museums.
I do think they select. I'm sure they are like, let's not go out and ruin some real.
They're not. I'm hoping they're not like Banksy that shreds his own artwork after it's sold for billions.
I mean, true, but also that was Banksy's own artwork, so he could do whatever.
That was part of the piece, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, you sent over a few trailers to check out, and as much as I appreciate the suggestions, I found one thing that I feel like we have to check out instead.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
So we're going to do a trailer reaction in a minute for a new show coming to the CW called SherlockAndDaughter, starring Professor Lupin himself. Yeah. I saw this. It comes out actually this upcoming week on the 16th.
Okay.
And as soon as I saw the poster, I was like, we had to watch this live.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So here we have our trailer reaction is going to be for SherlockAndDaughter, coming to the CW very soon.
I am going to have to show this to Hazel. All right, go ahead.
1 ticket to London?
Let me see.
Oh, that's not for sale. A killer used this knife to murder someone.
Is this girl bothering you? She should be in steerage. Do you know anyone in London?
A gentleman who lives on Baker Street.
You know the rules. No loitering.
I have business here.
With who?
Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
Where the hell have you been? Come in, quick. Make the gentleman a good breakfast now.
Who are you?
I'm your daughter. My mother. She said that you would know what to do.
The lid.
She was a victim of the red thread.
Sorry for your loss, but I do not believe that you are my offspring.
Fine. I'll solve Mama's murder myself, with or without you.
You are an eager and intelligent pupil. I will investigate, provided you are interested in learning my methods.
You have something to teach.
I do. Listen and learn.
You have my word as your daughter.
Alleged daughter. Just help me crack the case. Professor Moriarty. The red thread is even larger than I feared, even inside the police.
Thank you for the flowers and for not shooting me in the head.
It is such a lovely head. I'm glad my gun wasn't loaded.
Be careful, he's one of them.
You're in great danger.
I'm counting on it. I want justice for my mother's murder.
I doubt if you can understand what it's like to have a child.
I'm not without imagination.
I'm in. I'm surprised they're letting the CW do new shows.
Yeah, right. But how did they get David Tools in on this? That's my main question. How much money can they have to back it up in there?
And
I feel like
how did they get the budget for a period piece?
I know. Like, was this a Max?
I wonder if this was Mac's show that got like slowly fell down.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Or Paramount. I don't know where the CW ends up now. Wow. I do have some quick funny comments. Sherlock Holmes: The Curious Case of the Missing Child Support.
That's funny.
Wonder how Ilona feels about learning she has a niece that she's never met before. If you watch the Ilona Holmes movies on Netflix, Netflix. But yeah, people are pretty excited about David Tools, Remus Lupin being Sherlock. That's why I just saw the poster yesterday when I was planning the show. I ran into it and I was like, how is this a thing that's happening on the CW? Going back
Did they ever wrap up?
Yeah.
Bundle bitch cumber splits Sherlock?
I don't think it ever officially.
No, I don't think so. It took me a second to get there to when you were.
I mean, there's been rumors they're gonna try and reunite them, but I do agree with Leonard Kim. I'm kind of in on this. I will definitely give it a go.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. It feels like a classic CW show too, kind of. Like
it does. It
does.
What I love about it. Also, calling something Sherlock and Daughter just smacks of like every 90s reboot of an 80s cartoon, so it's like Popeye and Son or all the other ones. I don't know. It's just weird. What a weird thing.
I'm very excited for it though. I feel like I like it just because I feel like it's either gonna be fun or a train wreck, and I never got to watch that Powerpuffs thing. Powerpuff Girls.
I know. I'm so bummed this is now gone from the internet.
But yeah, stay tuned. I'll definitely check it out. Probably will make a video. I'm sure that'll be something people want to know if it's good or not. There's so much good TV, and now I have to watch a show on the CW. That is incredible.
That means the world is healing.
That's right. I hope so. I hope that's the case. Let me show you how we know the world is healing. Because I have another little thing. It's only like a 30-second thing. But this is how you guys know that the world is healing. And we'll close
show us a GIJoe PSA, please.
It is a little... No, it's not. I told you I'm not wasting 16 minutes with that. It is something even more fun. It's a new trailer for a new Call of Duty. But it's gonna be
looting up and getting cash. Popping noobs.
Oh my God.
Who gets the dubs? We get the dubs. Who gets the dubs? We get the dubs. Fucking Call of Duty, man!
This beats sitting outside some store for sure.
Let's kick some ass. Yeah!
So Call of Duty is going full on Fortnite because they're like, oh, we can sell these things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my god.
I was
Give
watching
me the Sesame Street Gang and Call of Duty.
I was watching the latest Batman Beyond, and then I saw, like, Kevin talked about this, and I was like, "There's no way." So then I went to look for a trailer, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is real." Am I about to play Call of Duty? Like, that's the big question there. I feel like I would love to stream Call of Duty playing as Jay and Silent Bob. This is not something I would ever see in my lifetime. I will say, like, I know, like, even when they had WWE wrestlers, I was still like, that still kind of tracks. Jay and Silent Bob, though.
I've had zero desire to ever play a Call of Duty game, and yet I will kind of.
I wish Kyle was here to get his take on this, because I feel like this is very Kyle coded. So we'll see. Stay tuned. I don't know. Games are expensive, guys. I don't know. I can't afford. Especially because I would have to buy Call of Duty and then the add-on for Jay and Silent Bob. But that's it. That's the show for today. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a fantastic time.
It was great.
Next week, what are we doing next week? I don't know. It's a big week. WrestleMania is happening next week as well. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned on the channel for that.
Free comic book days coming up.
Free comic book days coming up. They're already giving out the bag.
You got your bag already.
Get your bag to remind you.
Nice.
Daredevil's wrapping up next week for the first season of Born Again. The Wheel of Time.
More like boring again. I'm just kidding.
Oh damn!
I'm just kidding. If I were taking a hot take, that's what it would be. If I were looking for the clicks, that's what I would have done.
That's gonna be the. I'm gonna just cut that little part out and start the show with that. But yeah, I hope you guys are prepared enough now for the Summer of Superman. And this, like I said, doesn't even include the movie. I know. I know what I want to do the next week, but I don't know if we'll have time. I wanted to talk about Conclave because it's Easter next week.
Oh shit! I need to watch that.
We'll see. We'll plan it out. So thanks to Leonard Kim, Dan's Hobby Corner, Omega Slice, Carlos, King B. Johnson, the Twitch thing that's trying to sell us viewers. Appreciate you watching live. As always, make sure to stay tuned. We have a lot of reviews coming on the channel for comics and TV shows and all that stuff. And if you want to see us play Call of Duty as Jay and Silent Bob, contribute to our Patreon, and then we'll be able to afford the game. I mean, that's the best way you can make that happen. So, do you guys have any last thoughts before we get out of here? Any last things to say? Well, I say that so I can look for the outro.
Don't forget to drink your water and keep hydrated.
I do have something. Today is Record Store Day, so go to your local record store. That's where I'm going.
Josie Records, or I think is there something instead of Bills now downtown?
Yeah. I don't know in that location, but there is Good Records. There is
I know there's one in Greenville. I think there's one in Greenville. Josie Records is the one by Brookhaven.
Josie, is up there.
And then there's one in Greenville as well. Really nice. We got some pretty nice record stores across DFW.
We do, yeah.
So, and sometimes they have comic book related stuff with those records.
Right.
So, true. Always worth it. All right, let's wrap up here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Bill Bebo.
Peter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right, bye.
Get out of here.